Okay, friends, as you're hopping on, let me know that you're on. I tried to start this horizontally, but that didn't quite work, so I changed it back to vertical. But hello, thanks for joining in. My name is Lori Conway. I am Crazy Busy Mama. Do you ever feel like on a Friday night, you just want to be lazy? I mean, let's be honest. Thank God it's Friday. We made it. We made it. Who else is excited that it's Friday? It's Friday, friends, and you should be taking a break from the kitchen. I don't know, sometimes we do pizza night, but tonight I'm making dinner at home, and I want it to not only be affordable, okay, for a family of 6. Hello, anybody agree with me on that? Because groceries are expensive. Feeding a family is expensive. I not want it to only be affordable. I don't want to spend all the time because it's Friday. Okay, my screen shut off. It's Friday and I don't want to spend all my time in the kitchen. I want a break too. So I'm going to show you a very easy meal for a Friday night. It's called lazy lasagna. Have y'all ever made lazy lasagna? I'm going to show you the Crazy Busy Mama way of making my lazy lasagna. So this is a CBM lazy lasagna. What you're going to do next time you're at the grocery store, maybe you already have it in your freezer. You just want to grab some frozen ravioli, grab your favorite brand. This is my favorite brand, and I'll give you a tip on this. If you get the frozen ravioli with meat in it, then you don't even have to ground any beef, friends, or Italian sausage or anything. Like, think about, like, literally, the options are literally so many. So grab your favorite ravioli. It could be Italian sausage, it could be beef ravioli, it could be cheese ravioli, whatever. But this is my very favorite beef ravioli. You want to grab yourself a 9x13 pan. You want to spray that pan so it doesn't stick. Put your layer of frozen ravioli in the bottom of that pan, just like this. And then you want to start the layering process. So I'm not grounding any beef. So literally, I just throw all this in the same pan, and I'm gonna do something to kind of mix some stuff up with you since I'm live. But otherwise, I would probably just throw it in the pan as I go. But I'm gonna kind of demonstrate a little bit how I'm doing some things. But you would layer that in your 9x13, make sure it's sprayed on there, grab your favorite marinara and just literally put it across like this. So simple, right? Yes. Okay, as you know, if you've been on with me before as I'm cooking live, I try to also demonstrate this in short video form for you guys, so you don't have to watch the long video form if you don't need to or want to, if you don't have the time to. And so I'm gonna be creating a reel as I go, as I'm talking to you. Why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Yes, okay, so I've got that marinara layered on there. Now you want to get a big jar of marinara sauce because one is not going to do it because I'm going to do layers of this. Next up, since I don't have to ground any beef or ground any meat or cook anything, I'm going to take some cottage cheese. Now I'm going to use 2% cottage cheese. I'm going to use this big, it's 24 ounces. I normally would just put it right on, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to mix in it here in just a second. So I can demonstrate that for you. So cottage cheese, you can use ricotta cheese. Who out there is a fan of cottage cheese in their pasta dishes? Like when you make lasagna, do you use ricotta? Do you think it's a sin to use cottage cheese? I'll tell you what, I don't know if I just grew up on cottage cheese or what, but I literally love cottage cheese in lasagna. It's my favorite. The texture is amazing. And again, I'm gonna show you exactly, you could pour it right on top of there, but I put it in this bowl because I'm gonna demonstrate what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning, okay? I don't really measure out a whole lot of things. I'm gonna say about a tablespoon or so of Italian seasoning. I'm gonna put it right there in that cottage cheese, just like this. I'm gonna stir it around. Okay, I'm using a tablespoon. You can kind of just gauge it, eyeball it, but I'm also going to use from my Smart Garden. I have a Smart Garden in my kitchen that I absolutely love. So I would be hands down tell you, especially if you live in the Midwest in the cold weather, if you want fresh herbs in your kitchen, I love my Smart Garden. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on my Crazy Busy Mama store. But they have allowed me to have fresh herbs in my kitchen all throughout the winter and keep. Okay, hopefully I'm back. I don't know if my watch keeps kicking me off or what, so sorry about that. Okay, so I've got my fresh basil and I've got some herb scissors. I'm just gonna take my fresh basil here and I'm just gonna cut it up with my herb scissors into this cottage cheese mixture. Now, if you're using ricotta cheese, you absolutely can just do it like that with the ricotta cheese. But again, I prefer I prefer cottage cheese. I like the texture better. It's like a thicker texture. It's not as fine as the ricotta cheese. I love ricotta cheese sometimes in like my Ebelskivers and my stuffed baked goods, that kind of thing. But I don't know, in my pasta, I just really like the cottage cheese. So I'm gonna take this. I did miss an ingredient that I'm gonna go grab right here. I am gonna mix this basil into this cottage cheese. I'm gonna grab my garlic here in just a second. As you're hopping on, let me know where you're tuning in from, friends. Let me know what you're having for dinner tonight. And let me know if you also like to have some lazy meals, just some ideas that are on hand, that are very quick, you don't have to really think about. It's just a matter of putting it together. Honestly, friends, you can't go wrong with this lazy lasagna. This is my CBM version of this lazy lasagna, but you literally just start to kind of pour all this in. Now, normally I wouldn't have used another bowl to mix things up, but I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna show you how I'm doing this. So I probably use about a tablespoon of garlic powder here. Again, I already have the spoon in there. Do you see that? And then you wanna mix that up like this, okay? And then you're just gonna, once you got it good and mixed up, you wanna go ahead and start layering it on that 9x13 pan. Now, I'm gonna move this so maybe you can see me demonstrate kind of how I layer this together a little bit better. I already shredded my cheese, guys. If you're not shredding your cheese, shredding your cheese is like the best thing. It's an extra step, of course, but it gives you better cheese and the cheese melts so much better. And this little shredder, actually I can demonstrate here in just a moment so you can see it in action, is seriously a game changer in your kitchen if you're shredding your own cheese. Okay, I do have some pre-shredded parm that I'm gonna be using as well. I'm gonna show you how to use that. And I'm gonna show you how to layer this on. Now, I could take and put this Parmesan cheese in this cottage cheese mixture, but I think I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it on top. Okay, so I still have an extra jar of marinara there, but I'm gonna take my 9x13 lazy lasagna pan over here and I'm gonna show you how I do this, okay? So this cottage cheese mixture, or this ricotta cheese, and I can't read all the comments right now, but friends, let me know, are you a ricotta cheese or are you cottage cheese fan? Do you think it's a sin that I'm using cottage cheese on my Italian dish? Yep, it's my CBM version for sure. Again, I prefer it over ricotta, but you absolutely can use ricotta. And you know what? Cottage cheese is more affordable too. So there's that. Okay, so I could just dump this on, and you want to basically just layer this on the top like this, okay? Now I'm gonna do just kind of the one layer. Now if I just have one more bag of ravioli. If you wanted to make it more of a deep dish kind of lasagna, or if you had an 8x8 pan that you were using, then maybe you could definitely put a little bit more layers on here, but I'm just gonna focus on the 2 layers, but I'm gonna spread that around just like this. And this is quite the lazy meal. It does not take a whole lot to put together. Remember, it's ricotta cheese or cottage cheese, and you simply put it on top of that dish, and put this in my sink. And I love to just mix all those spices in there with it together as I go. I am going to put a little bit of parm on top, sprinkle like this, and then I'm gonna layer one more layer. Now, who else uses kitchen shears all the time in their kitchen? I think I probably have 3 or 4 pair of kitchen shears, and they're constantly dirty because I'm constantly using them. But I'm gonna use 2 bags. This is the beef ravioli. This is a 20-ounce bag. So as I kind of prepare this for you, again, I'm doing these little short video forms so I can put a little reel together for you later. Now, I may not be able to, I think I will. I was gonna say, you just put them on here like this. Obviously, I could just pour them in the 9x13, but this one's a little bit more methodical unless I really want to get dirty, and I don't really want to do that. So let me know what you're having for dinner tonight on this Friday. Let me know, do you have a lazy meal that you like to make your family that they love? And it's like, whew, didn't take a whole lot of effort. It's like a 0 effort meal that tastes amazing. This is it. So if you've never done it before, friends, you've got to try it. Again, the sky's the limit on the lazy lasagna. You could totally use refrigerated pasta as well. I love Rana, I think is the brand, for all the fun like lobster pasta. Think of all the possibilities. So all of these on here, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can squeeze these in, but I'm doing, it's the beef ravioli. The V's is our favorite brand at the grocery store. I love them. They're a little pricey, so you could just do like a bag of whatever is on sale or whatever at Walmart or whatever. But you just put those on top like this, okay? And I did kind of add a couple to the top like this, but now I'm gonna layer again. I'm gonna put marinara sauce on top. Let me get this recorded here. Marinara sauce on top just like this, and make sure I'm gonna cover most of it, okay? Now, I think that I should be able to cover the majority of this. I'm gonna grab a little spatula here and try and get the rest of this out. A great tip on getting the rest of the sauce out of your jar is just to use a little bit of water, but I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of cover this like this. I put that Parmesan cheese on top of the cottage cheese mixture. That's always a tricky thing of trying to keep your hands clean as you're cooking, especially if I'm trying to record it for you as well, so you can kind of go back and look at how I did it. Then I'm gonna do a little bit more Parmesan on top, really simple, just like this. And then I'm gonna take all that mozzarella cheese that I just shredded, right here, all this fresh mozzarella, and I'm gonna pile it on, friends, just like this. Now, you can let this cook and then pull it out of the oven about 15 minutes before, which I might do for the rest of the cheese here, just to get that cheese melted on the very top, so you have like a fresh layer of cheese. But I got a fun little tip to share with you if you're not already doing it that will help so much when you're cooking dishes with cheese on top. It took me way too long to learn this, and I feel like I have to shout it out to let everybody know it, because it's a game changer. It's another game changer. So that's it. This is the lazy lasagna that's gonna go in the oven for about 55 minutes or so. I mean, honestly, everything in there is already cooked. I didn't have to ground beef or anything like that because it's frozen in the frozen ravioli there. But okay, here's a tip for you. So this foil right here, I'm gonna cover this dish, right? Any pasta dishes you definitely wanna cover because you don't want your pasta to dry out in the oven. So what you want to do, if you're covering a pasta dish like this, or maybe enchiladas, because I have some enchiladas in the freezer, you definitely want to spray your foil before you put it on top of your casserole dish. Why? Because it will help for the cheese not to stick on the foil and stay in the casserole dish where you want it. Another tip and another crazy busy mama trick is this. Don't spray it over here. Spray it by opening, and I don't know if you can see me. I'm gonna walk over here. Open your dishwasher, friends, and spray that foil over the top of your dishwasher. Why? Why? Because I don't want to spray it over the floor, because what happens? It's gonna make your floor yucky and stick. And you're gonna slide everywhere. So I try to do a reel here to show you how to do that. I've sprayed my foil, and now I'm gonna put it right on top. Right on top. I'm gonna put this in the oven. Because I sprayed that foil, that cheese is gonna stay put where I want it to stay put. I'm gonna put this in for 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna put some more fresh mozzarella cheese on top without the foil for another 10 minutes or so, just to kind of melt and give it that nice, oozy, delicious cheese pull. So this is called a lazy lasagna, lazy CBM lasagna. It is one that you literally can put together within minutes, friends. And it's perfect for a Friday night or a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday or really any day of the week that you don't feel like slaving over the stove. You literally put it together, get creative, think of all the possibilities of what stuffed pastas that you love, and put it in the oven, and before you know it, your dinner will be done and you'll be able to enjoy that family intentionality around the dinner time table. So I hope this helped a little bit come up with a great idea. Let me know what you're having for Friday night dinner. I would love to know in the comments. I'm gonna go put this in the oven. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read some of your comments real quick so I can kind of interact with you. Just give me a second here. Siri, set timer for 45 minutes. I love 45 I love my Apple Watch because it allows me to be able to set timers when I need to, and I don't have to worry about setting the timer on the oven, or if I need to check it in 5 minutes, I can do that too. So that's another crazy busy mama tip for you. Let me know you're having pizza tonight, Nina. Is it Nina or Nina? My mom's name is Nina, spelled Nina, but everybody usually calls her Nina. Friday nights were pizza night for us for a long time, and we kind of got out of that groove for a hot minute, but probably get back into that groove come summertime. Lasagna roll-ups. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I have a great recipe for that. They're lasagna chicken roll-ups. I'll have to share that with you guys at some point. Steak and crab legs, baked potatoes, and hot dogs. That's random. That's so good. I bet you, Wendy, I bet you have kids. And they don't necessarily like that steak and crab legs, so why are you feeding that to them? Why not the hot dogs? I see kielbasa and potatoes. Ooh, that does sound so stinking good. Yeah, so I hope this helps Becca with some future dinner ideas. Hibachi, nami, that sounds so good, Rochelle, so good. Spaghetti, Jessica, I always love spaghetti. It's like a classic and a favorite of mine. If you haven't already looked at my loaded spaghetti or my $1 million CBM spaghetti, so good. I think I loaded it here on my Facebook Reels. It's on my Instagram Reels too. You're more than welcome to go check that out. It's more like a baked $1 million spaghetti with all those amazing, kind of like what I just did here with some ricotta cheese. I did one with ricotta, one with cottage, and then some mozzarella too. Okay, yeah, I pronounce it like your mom's. That's awesome. That's awesome. Taco salad, Jennifer's one of my very favorites. Leftover, Loretta, I had leftovers for lunch and they were amazing. I had the beef and noodles. It's just the 4-ingredient reel that I posted the other night. If you haven't tried that, friends, it literally is one of our favorites, and people rant and rave every time they try it, or come back and say, oh my gosh, this simple slow cooker dinner has completely changed the game for me during the weeknights. Grilled chicken and noodles, steak potato recipe. Oh no. So a lot of times, I didn't see your name. I was just trying to read that comment really quickly. A tip for you is this. Let me take a drink here. I just realized I was going to show you how to use my little cheese shredder too. I'm going to show you how to do that. If there's a recipe that you cannot find and you know I posted it on Facebook, it can be kind of tricky because they're not allowing us to really organize things as much as I would love to. Make sure you're following Conway Adventure on YouTube, because we're able to put them in folders and categories over there, so they're easily found that way. But if you're looking for something on Facebook, it's really simple if you do a search. So just Lori Conway or Crazy Busy Mama $1 million spaghetti, and it should pop right up for you. Okay, that's a tip that a follower gave to me. I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally awesome. I did not know that. So helpful. Okay, so here's how you use this cheese shredder. So it's like, it looks fancier than it is. You literally lock it in place like this so it doesn't move around on the countertop for you. It comes with different attachments. I've got the larger one over here. We love this thing, right, Ella? And it's dishwasher safe. Yes. So it's amazing. So you basically, I'm gonna do it this way. Maybe you can see it better this way. Okay, lock it in place, put your bowl underneath there, and then, let's see here. And then look, hello, look at that. Shredded cheese in seconds, literally. It's my favorite. I love it. You can do veggies that way, carrots that way, but primarily, honestly, I use it for cheese. Okay, well, so good to be on with you tonight. I hope that you try my CBM lazy lasagna at some point and give me your feedback. How would you make your lazy lasagna? I would love to know in the comments below. Let me know that. And friends, have an amazing weekend.